Regina Avendano.
Hi. This is Meditations on Pathway. In the morning, I'll show the queer community my notes on desire. Tell them that the third council train was the one I really wanted, so it hurts. Finding new ways to enter our house without listing all previous addresses, while I still carry around my domicile proof, and interrupt these meditations by saying, Mexico City has fled east, and we won't catch it. But that was the city I really wanted, so it hurts. In the morning, I pick the nettles off our driveway. If you were leaving trails, would you tell me? Read out the instructions to a single act of longing, the borders between this and that, or drive you the lengths of my journey, which is a thing that really does it. And in exchange for my honesty, you kiss my cheek and say my name right, and wait until night to ask me if the nettles were a sign. You would tell me, wouldn't you? In the morning, I am wasteland, roleplay the sort of body that whimpers, the arm of a toll booth, desire paths and their artery construction. We have to wait for a long time before the sun becomes familiar, before it is a good enough friend for me to push against my shoulder blades and blame it. Mexico City has fled east and you won't chase behind. And this is the loss I really wanted. Only there's an estimated 7,000 texts between us, and in 10 of them you ask, are you sure? I'm going to read a couple of kind of journal entries, kind of like unedited ramblings. July 3rd, by the river these rocks crawl up on me, I am the sand. 4:17, I only have meaningful thoughts. The kids on the bus can hear them and disagree. The life we all want is at the bottom of the river, but not one of these rats are willing to swim for it. After I finish handing my fingertips to the British government, they let me ask, can I jump now? I have really been so patient. 5:09, I am wet on the sofa as the TV whispers positive affirmations into my ear, such as I would suit the crunch of dairy dunkers and have the perfect body to cover the potholes on Lewisham Way, the perfect body to turn sideways. Babe, I love when you're a vessel. 5:43, to stop the fear, I push my teeth against the London transport metaphors. Beauty ruins my day and the blue-tailed hummingbird looks like a born-again bitch, blown away from me. Life is a series of missed repetitions. 6:46, the bus hasn't moved in over an hour. I drink the piss-soaked community encounter and jump. Babe, don't worry, just let me suck you back. July 5th, the day people in Mexico City took to the streets of La Roma neighborhood, demanding an end to the digital nomad flight white colonialism, I laid my rosy cheeks into my London studio apartment and laughed. 9:36, when I go to rent my zip card, a man says he has never seen anyone move with such gravitas. I am everyone's favorite project. 9:59, my dreams are all served with 2 toasts and 1 butter. I chomp down the stick of butter. I chomp down the stick of fat before anyone has the chance to tell me their thoughts on Labour's latest reform. It is the man inside you that wants to kill me. 10:49, I watch the car commercial and let it save me. Haley thinks 2 bottles of whiskey is enough for a Saturday morning. I say, give me one good reason to stomp around this museum with any care at all, and maybe I'll stop eye-fucking you. 12:05, 3 pricks from West California hide in their Airbnb and spit on native land. I am the man inside you, his protruding stomach, England's classic hits. I want to grab the angel and bite her. Tell me, how good am I now? 12:41, Europe's lapdog is gnawing at its leg. How terrible for you to find me in this state. 12:46, I start my dates with an apology. July 7th, I explain that the edge means business. The things we ask from prayer are the same we take from substance. Ethics of abuse. 8:25, I am affectionate to all the wrong anxieties. A good family, a handful of anarchists, recommended by the New York Times, the second drink. I will not let one more emergency bend me over. 8:47, the horse is neither sad nor happy, just beaten. It questions its own paraphernalia. The horse writing sonnets, the horse in 14 lines, the horse choosing non-committal relationships. I put my hooves up to the sky and terrified the locals. 10:16, the man in front of me throws his empty beer can over the railroad. Together we are guilty for everything. 12:42, have you ever been at a party where everyone wants you, only you're trying to prove them wrong? Dressed up like your father, boots and all, then going up to the bathroom mirror and saying, I have never seen so many resurrections. If you give me a minute, I'll show you. And this last one is called, This One is Drowning in My Spit. If none of this happens, or no one notices, or your therapist forgets to remind you to touch your body twice before dying, so you happen to be haunting the bus queue when someone explains that that's not how the dead should behave, which righteously pisses one off, so you put your throat into the gas leak and try again and say, who you calling a quitter? And my grandfather once fed the river muscle tissue, but still made it out. And I asked, would you consider yourself a family man? And he replied, that's not how the dead should behave, and he was right. And anyway, we're all very shocked you've chosen to leave us, and if the moment is right, we might call you out. But as things currently stand, there are ellipses everywhere, and it's time to renew our rail cards. Some things we do with an excruciating smile, and I ask my grandfather, does it pain you to see me float like this? And he punches his child right where I can feel it, and I can still feel it. All our misery lived in, theorized hand-me-downs, and grief is an heirloom, capitalism fucks you, etc., etc. And if any of us existed, you might kiss me on the couch. But I would never ask you to do that, because I could never be so cruel. And outside, the swans are drowning in my spit, and the city borders are gagging to be anthropologists' favorite line, say, herein lay the displaced, who rode buses and wailed in dialectics, and maybe sometimes they loved, but we cannot be sure of their capacities. And I wonder how that makes you feel, and if you can tell the absence of my pleasure receptors when you hold me, and do you want to hold me? And I grow tired of asking if you or anyone could consider me a good man. And my grandfather says, you and me both, kid. This guy packing up and ready to go.